Linear Functions Day 2. Alex is selling tickets to a school play. An adult ticket costs $6.50. A student ticket costs $4. Alex sells X adult tickets and 12 student tickets. Write a function f of x to represent how much money Alex collected from selling tickets. Again, they give us what to write in our equation. F of x equals. Now, if each adult ticket costs $6.50 and there were X adult tickets sold, I'm writing $6.50 times X plus each student ticket costs $4 times 12 student tickets were sold. So this tells us the student ticket earnings, and then this one tells us the adult ticket earnings. We can write the equation like that. You can also simplify it and say 650x plus 48 equals f of x. Second question, which point lies on the graph represented by this equation? Now some of you might want to set this into slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. That is okay. You can do that. You can check the graph. You can check the table if it works. Okay? I'm going to show you another way. 3y plus 2x equals 8. They tell us in these answer choices an x, and they tell us the y. So if I plug in these x and y values, the equation has to be true in order for the point to exist. So let's look here. Number 1, 3 times y plus 2 times x equals 8. Let's see. The y value was 7. 3 times 7 plus 2 times negative 2 is equal to 8. 3 times 7 is 21 plus 2 times negative 2. 21 minus 4 is definitely not 8. So we can cross that out. Let's plug in 3 times 4. So these are the y values, these are the x. Plus 2 times 0 equals 8. Well, 2 times 0 is 0. 3 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 0 is definitely not 8. We can cross that out. Let's check the next one. 3 times 4 plus 2 times 2 equals 8. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 times 2, which is 4. 12 plus 4 is 16, not 8. Leaving us with this final one. Let's check it. 3 times negative 2 plus 2 times 7 equals 8. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, plus 14 is definitely equal to 8. Last one. The value of the y-intercept for the graph, 4x minus 5y equals 40, is, in order for us to find the y-intercept, we need this equation written in y equals mx plus b form. Meaning we need to solve for y. So 4x minus 5y equals 40. I need to subtract 4x on both sides, leaving me with negative 5y equals 40 minus 4x. Divide by negative 5 on both sides. Y is equal to negative 8 plus 4 over 5x. It's plus 4 over 5x because negative divided by negative is positive. Which part of this is the y-intercept? Well, it's the part without any variables. It's negative 8. It's the constant. Number 4. So I got tricked on number 4. Because number 4 is asking about during which interval was the average rate of change the greatest. Now I was looking for a steepest slope, but instead we should actually check each of these answer choices to see which one's correct. So in order to find the average rate of change, we need to find the change in y over the change in x. Okay, for each of these intervals. So from the first to the second hour. First to the second hour is right here. So we need to see how much is the change in the y. So 110 and 40, the difference between them is 70. So it goes up by 70. And then the difference in the x's, 2 minus 1 is 1. 70 over 1 is 70. So let's write that here. The next interval is second hour to the fourth hour. Here, from 110 to 180, that's going up by 70. But the difference in the x's is 2. 70 over 2 is 35. Okay, we can already eliminate that because 70 is already higher than that one because we want to find the greatest average rate of change or the greatest slope. 6th hour to the 8th hour, let's look. 230 and 350, that difference there is 120. And then 6 to 8 is 2. 120 divided by 2 is 60. Again, less than 70, so we can cross that out. And then lastly, 8th to the 10th hour, 350 to 90 is only up by 40. And then over 2, because 8 to 10 is plus 2. 40 over 2 is 20. The greatest rate of change, average rate of change, is answer choice 1. The first hour to the second hour. Let's not get mixed up by the image here. We should use the math to back us up. In this last one, this isn't an actual question, but let's find the equation for the pattern. So here there are 6 blocks, 10 blocks, 14 blocks, and we can see that that pattern is adding 4 each time. In order for us to write an equation in mx plus b form, y equals mx plus b form, we need the slope and we need the y-intercept. So the slope is how much it's changing by. So that's changing by positive 4. So we have 4x so far. Plus, now the y-intercept is at pile 0. How much did it start with? Well, in order to get there, we need to go backwards 4 to get 2 blocks. So the y-intercept is 2. Y equals 4x plus 2.